You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, we are YBMchat Podcast. Instagram at YBMchat. You can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts at YBMchat. Hey, it's Dashia D.
Hey, it's Cassondra.
Hey, it's Tre'Dub here.
Girl, LadiiNova.
And we are
YBMchat.
young Black millennials offering you a fresh new take you didn't know you needed.
So, today we're actually going to be talking about what I'm sure everyone is kind of like been raving about for the past like week or some change. The lo and behold, coronavirus. Woo!
Or the Rona.
Yeah. Well, and the way the Shade Room put it today, Corona, la Shade, the virus.
Oh,
Man, that
took
me out. I literally saw it today, and I was like, y'all run clean out. But so yeah, if you don't know already, like the coronavirus has been like a big epidemic for like the past like week or some or some change now. I know in Georgia we just got to like 62 cases alone. So I can only imagine. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how it is in South Carolina, but obviously everyone comes through Georgia or Atlanta. So,
matter of fact, the first person that was confirmed in Knoxville flew in from Atlanta.
Oh, shoot.
How?
Long story short, Trey is not leaving that door.
We just had our first person die today from, what was it?
Lexington
Megan, do you know?
County.
Yeah. So, and he was an older man, but still, I mean, he was the first confirmed case that
I'm
died.
trying to say, LadiiNova has been in this house all day, not going outside. I know it's about to stop, like everything about to stop. I saw from Live 5 that on tomorrow, all establishments, if you coming in with 50 or more people, don't, because you're not going to be allowed to. So places like the skating ring, bowling alleys, restaurants, they even said houses of worship can't hold 50 or more people. I'm like, how you can tell people at church that they can't be there? But you know,
I guess the mega churches better be at Bedside Baptist this week.
Honestly, though,
like nobody's business.
Like,
no, they canceled my church too. I work at a church nursery, and they canceled it for the next 2 weeks because they was like, "There's no service. It's a bunch of older people. Like, just don't come in." And I'm like, "Dang, okay."
But that's where we should be at, though.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone's trying to be safe, but like it got even so bad outside of like churches, even schools are closed down for like a number of weeks. So hope y'all got y'all child care prepared.
But, I babysit.
Right. Yeah, she was on her own business now to take care of y'all kids. But like, what makes it worse that even like some celebrities have caught it, and I know like for a fact like Tom Hanks and his wife confirmed that they got it, and also just found out fairly recently that Idris Elba confirmed that he just made a video confirming that he was that he's positive. So this really like has been like a serious deal. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Like, are people just going in to see if they have it? Because that's what it seems like to me. People are like, I'm going to get tested, and then they tested for positive. So I'm not like, what are the symptoms?
So according to my HR manager, like, because of course, like they was like preparing us at the job and stuff like that. So she was telling me is like, and it sounds pretty redundant because you can obviously get these symptoms with a common cold, like a fever and cough and sneezing and stuff like that, and like nausea. I'm like, that's like most symptoms for a lot of other symptoms.
That's my
the
cycle.
Flu, huh?
Exactly, the flu. Yeah.
I'm about to say, that's my cycle. Give me a few days.
So I don't know. I mean, like, and I was asking the same thing too. Like, are people like just realizing they have symptoms, and then they go to the doctor to say, "Oh, I have the coronavirus"? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. But it's just been kind of like a pattern going on for the past now.
So is diarrhea not a side effect?
I don't think so. And you asking because of the tissue?
Yes.
Why? Who would buy him boxes and boxes and boxes? It's ridiculous. So we was at Walmart the other day, and literally, like, they was wiped out, but they did have, like, a creative tissue or whatever. They literally had a line. They was only giving out one at a time because they were saying people was being so inconsiderate because the lady was saying one guy came in and legit bought 2 entire buggies of tissue. And they said, why do you need that much? Like, what's happening? And I guess, like, if you get stuck in the house, but you don't need 10 million cases of tissue. Like, it's okay. It'll be okay.
I like wet wipes. So this is
Yeah, but that's more expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I got the one for like, it's like 3 in there for $5. And it's just me. I don't have kids. I gave my mom one to make her be quiet, but that's fine.
That man said he got a whole football team over there.
See, when I came home, I didn't even think it was that big of a thing, because in Myrtle Beach, it was still like up there. Tissues were still there. It was fine. I got here, nothing. And I was like, y'all is really wilding. So why y'all ain't had booty wipe before this?
Okay, like
that's exactly what makes me think, like, what do people be doing before? Or people saying, oh, my hands hurt because we're washing them so much. Well, what was you doing before? Were you not washing them before? Like, why is all the soap gone? Why is all the Germ-X gone? What was y'all doing before all this? Not washing your hands? I mean, come on, man.
Like, everything that people said that you need. Like, I even was driving on the highway and they had the sign telling us to make sure you wash your hands. I'm like, I'm driving.
Thank you.
That's the funniest part to me. I saw the news, they was like, we just want people to know to just keep your hands clean. If you're going to cough, don't cough in your hand. I'm like, bro, this is something I learned before I even got to school. This is something you get a whooping for. If you cough just in the air around family, you're getting a whooping. You sneeze in the air, you're getting a whooping.
Right.
It's just nasty. I shouldn't have to teach grown people how to cough and sneeze.
For real. So, like, long story short, if you haven't been doing that already, then boy,
cough on the crook of your arm and sneeze in the crook of your arm. And you're gonna sneeze in your hand, immediately wash them, not Germ-X.
Firmly grasp it, some hand sanitizer to get it across. For real, like this shouldn't be anything new. But anywho, that wraps up boy, as Dashia brings us to our topic today.
So, just piggybacking off of that, we have now learned that adulting is just difficult. And it's been very hectic this week, especially with going to the store and it's crowded and there's so many people. And I feel like during these times, I sit back and reminisce on the times where I was a child and I didn't have to worry about these things. I didn't have to worry about doing my hair. I didn't have to worry about cooking every day or most days, let's be real. Or just simply having to make sound decisions on my own. So I kind of wanted to take a look back at childhood, but specifically growing up Black. So speaking of cooking, what would you say was your favorite meal?
Lord. Can I answer this?
We all will.
Yes.
Okay, so my favorite is chicken and rice. Chicken rice, oh my gosh. And the reason I said it is because, so yesterday, and we are friends on Facebook, but my granny made a post. My granny got a Facebook. Shout out to Sandra Lawrence, it's my granny. She made a post about cooking, and I was like, oh, you cooking dinner? Can you cook me chicken rice? That's my favorite. And she was like, oh yeah, come on over. I'll cook it for you later. And I'm like, no, she's just playing. But she did, and I said, oh my gosh. And she was like, oh, I know that's your favorite. That's my favorite since I was little. Like, y'all don't understand. Chicken and rice and tuna salad. And
is that Perlo rice?
Yeah.
It's chicken rice? Okay.
Basically.
Or I think some people call it chicken bog. I guess it's all the same thing. But chicken rice, it is so good. That and tuna salad, like, that's all I ever want in the whole world.
Is Perlo rice a Southern thing? Or is that a
I think
Charleston
so because I think it's a Charleston thing. Because when I went to Francis and Mary, like, nobody knew what I was talking about. And I'm like, hello, you mix the chicken and the rice. And that's why I say they call it chicken bog. But I think chicken bog is more sticky. Like, it's not You know what I mean? Like it's
I
not
don't even know what that
whole
is.
rice. Okay, well, it's more like mushy, sticky. Like it's still
Ugh.
good, but and it with sausages and stuff in it, so it's just a little different. But
Okay.
sorry, that was a fat girl in me.
No, it's mine was definitely egg and rice.
Boy!
You took mine.
Not how to say it like that though.
Lord.
How did you make yours?
All right, so and this is kind of ghetto. So I would like if you already didn't have rice left over, I would make my own rice, and then we'll butter the pan first.
Yeah.
Then you put the rice in there, and then you get about like 2 or 3 eggs or whatever, and then that's pretty much egg and rice. But if you want to add a little flavor and be a little extra, I added my own little sausage or bacon or whatever.
Oh.
Okay, so after like once you put the egg in there, you done mix it up. You technically done. But if you wanted to be extra, which I always was, because I had my strips of bacon or like cook my bacon on the side and then like crumble it and then put it in the rice. And same thing with the sausage. So yeah, that was my thing growing up. And I feel like and with that, people made it so differently, but that's how I make it.
Ooh, y'all been rich. Y'all had sausage. We had hot dogs. We had Franks. We had to cut them things out.
That'll work too.
I was about to ask that. I was about to say, what type of sausage? Was it the breakfast sausage or was it the Roger Wood sausage?
So
the Roger Wood spicy.
Roger Wood.
Right. Because I was gonna say when I make egg and rice, I make the rice separately, and then I take the Jimmy Dean sausage.
Ooh.
I cook that, crumble it, put the eggs in, then put the rice in. Put some salt and pepper too, because the rice is all plain.
Right.
And that's my style of egg and rice. But
I never thought about Jimmy Dean sausage. We gotta try that. I'll let you know.
My mama
I only ever did Roger Wood and hot dogs.
Now some people put ketchup in theirs. Do y'all do that?
I do that.
My mama does that. It's okay.
I haven't done it in a while. I haven't really had ketchup in a while, but it is what it is. Mine, I was very picky as a child. Clearly, I'm small, but I eat more now. All I wanted was cornbread and macaroni, but a whole meal was pork and beans and rice. That's simple. Put a little brown sugar in it, though. Because we ain't had the flavors as a child. We just had that one can of butcher.
We got
we had to make
now.
Exactly. We got maple and all this other stuff. I'm like, lucky little.
Now, did any of you eat rice pudding growing up?
I still eat rice pudding. Boy, you got that from Dashia.
I had it.
Yeah.
I did not like it, but I did like South. And I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna.
I've never had that before.
I don't ever had that either.
South you should not eat it because I think it's just like the fat of a pig in like vinegar or something.
I mean, they're both terrible for you.
I'm about to say, just don't think about it because rice pudding ain't good for you either.
I just remember being like 6 or 7 years old, and I went to my granny's house. Shout out to Dolores. And we took the Carter bus down to the meat market. This sounds so country. Down to the meat market. And she got different meats, but one of the things that she got was rice pudding. And so when we went back to her house, I think it was Sunday morning, maybe, she made grits, but then she
yes, I think it's so good.
Rice pudding under the grits so that it heats it up.
And make it crispy. Oh my gosh, it is so good.
It's so bad. I ate it. It's so bad for you, but
just don't think about it. But it's so good.
I have not had it in a very long time.
You took me back when you said meat market, because then I thought about the vegetable bin. Good time,
yeah.
I thought about that one meat market right there close to Bayside.
Legacy, now what it's called. What was it called before?
I don't remember.
It's called Legacy now, though. That's where I get my stuff from.
Oh.
It was like close to downtown.
Dashia's too, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we all used to go to.
So another chore that I do not enjoy doing that was done for me is my hair. Okay? It takes me a total of probably 3 hours maybe total to like wash it, not really dry because I needed to still be wet, detangled, twisted, all of that stuff. So tell me about like your Saturday mornings, either spent at the barbershop or hair salon or on the floor, getting your hair twisted or permed or whatever the case was for you.
So for me, like I have an older brother, which by the way, his birthday is today. Happy birthday, Juwan.
Happy birthday, Juan.
So for me and him, of course, like obviously with guys, we have to do like yard work. So when we got up in the morning, we had to cut the grass, weed eat.
Alright.
Man, we had to do that. Or if like depending on the time of the year, we had to rake the leaves. Basically everything like that had to be done outside. Trim the hedges and all. Man, like it was that. Or like definitely obviously like cutting the grass. Well, I think I said cutting the grass already, but outside of cleaning the house. But yeah, that was our chores that we hated doing on Saturday mornings.
So did you go to the barbershop on Saturdays, or when did you go to the barbershop?
Oh, so that was gonna be my next thing. So we had to go, of course, in the midst of my mama's chores. So we had to get up in the morning. She had to go grocery shopping or just do shopping in general, and then she'll like work us getting a haircut somewhere in between that. And then buy us something to eat after we done been to every store. After we done been up at like 7 o'clock, going all over Charleston to like West Ashley or downtown or basically the whole dang on state. Like, so yeah.
Do guys set appointments for barbershop? Like no, you just show up?
It would just be a walk-in. It was so ghetto. At least like the one we went to.
So Trey definition of walk-in is different. Please let them know how Trey walks in. Oh, ever one time only. I said Trey don't get us beat up.
Cassondra wanted me to go get a haircut one day, and lie to y'all not, it's like about 5 people sitting down waiting. And my barber, if obviously like y'all don't know how barbers work, if your barber that you go to or been going to for the longest is open, you walk right straight into the seat. Mind you, like I said, it's 5 people sitting there waiting on other people, but she didn't understand that. So she's like,
see, I didn't know that at the time. All I saw was these people sitting. Trey just walks in there and sit down. I'm like, these people. I'm just scared, man.
Man, ain't like no hair salon where you gotta wait for the next available thing. You all like in the barbershop, you always had that one person that you go to for like years, or you growing up going to that same person. So yeah. So when they open, you just plop your behind right in that chair and get your hair going.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. You don't look at nobody. You just sit down. But yeah, so that was mine. 4 hours. My brother.
I didn't really go to salons. I did maybe twice, and my godmama was not happy because the lady kept saying she was trimming my hair and she was cutting it. My real hair could have probably been to like right here, right now, maybe further. And it was when I was a kid, and then I came home and it was up here. And they was like, nah, we're not doing that anymore. And it took a long time, mind you. I was the only person that got my hair done that day, and she wanted to walk around and tell stories and trying to find something on the TV while I was sitting under the blow dryer for like 4 hours. So that was canceled. Being home was the worst. I walked in the door and I'd smell the hot comb on the stove. Oof. And that's how I knew it was either picture day or Easter time. Like every time, my mama wasted no time. Since I walked in, dropped the bag, come in this kitchen, I got to go ahead and do your hair. And I'm like, I'd rather not do this. Do it. Picture day is not important. I don't have to do the model walk for Easter. I'm good on it. And it was just bad. And the thing is, I know my hair look a mess, but she would take it and pull and get all of this little bit and take that comb and burn all right here. You know what? I'm good on this. I don't need to look cute. Nobody's looking at me. I'm good on this. This is stupid. Then she ravel up the back and keep pulling more. I said, Mama, please stop. I can catch it. No, you can't. This is a hot comb. All you hear is that sizzling, and then you just magic.
I was about to say
that blue
That grease, man.
Blue Magic?
Yep.
Blue Magic grease and that pink oil, man.
What was it? What was it we had way back when? Live, that white container. At least that's what I had. It was the white container with the red letters that said "live" on it. I didn't live. I dang near died.
So when did you start getting perms? Or did you ever get perms?
I did. I don't know how old I was when I got them. I really don't know how old I was when I got them. It was my life. I know that. That's how me and Tre'Dub became cool, because I wanted to saunter around campus, flipping my hair to Sierra.
Man, I'll forget it. In that hot behind PE class. You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. I can't believe we literally went through all day going through JRTC and PE class, sweating our behind off in them same clothes all day.
I didn't even think about it.
Terrible.
Test. We ain't had nobody shower and we sitting in the class.
I never thought about that.
That's the only part of childhood I can leave where it is.
I got for ROTC. She's like, "What did you do?" I was like, "I don't know. I didn't do no push-ups or nothing. I just was leaning down. 1, 2, 3, 1. Not a push-up was done."
Oh Lord.
Did your hair survive ROTC?
Yes.
Oh, of course. I didn't do nothing.
Oh, okay.
All she did was walk straight to Sierra. Like, all she did.
I mean, because that's what he had us doing. He said either walk or run the field. I'm not running. It was hot as all get out that day.
It was hard.
I let my hair blow in the wind like I had a little mane.
What about you, Cassondra?
I don't really remember much. I just remember my barrette bag. So it was this one little plastic bag, which I'm sure every black girl had, with the pink oil. And I just, like, if I see a picture, I feel like I can just smell a picture. You know what I mean? Like,
not smell. I thought you were going to say hear.
You could just smell the pink oil and the grease. And I liked getting my hair done when it was just my hair. Now, like LadiiNova said, that hot comb, all right, I don't have edges. Never did, never will. It's cool. I'm okay with that. My mama would grasp the no edges that I have and slick them things back. I used to get burned, like LadiiNova said, your hair, you can hear it frying off and sizzling because they don't put the grease in it, man. No. That was one thing about my hair that I absolutely hated with a passion.
That little corner right there.
Oh my gosh. But I do miss my mama doing my hair. Matter of fact, the end of last year, I went over to her house and with all my hair care products. And I'm like, can you do this? And we stood in that kitchen sink and I leaned over like I used to. And she washed my hair and braided it for me. But I mean, that's one thing I wish I could do or go back to doing.
I don't think I liked getting my hair done. I didn't like having to bend over the sink. I did not enjoy that. My neck was always hurting. My back's hurting. I didn't have a barrette bag. I had, now this is ratchet.
Why should be fancy? Now go ahead.
No, not fancy. It was an old Neapolitan ice cream that was rinsed out and cleaned with all barrettes galore. Every color, every shape that you could think of, barrettes and bobos in it. So yes, far from fancy, humble beginnings.
You know what? I'm gonna post a picture of my hair as a kid. I just found it.
But I just
great.
didn't enjoy it, and I feel like I've always been tender-headed. So like, I don't like the snatching, the pulling. Not that my mama was rough. I don't know. I just did not enjoy it. I like how it looked after, but just the process of it, no. And I didn't start going to the hair salon until I think I was like 13, 12 maybe, when I started to go and get styles here and there. But I had appointments. I didn't go to hair salons where you sit there for 10 hours and then it's your turn to go. And every hair salon most of the hair salons I've been to were split. Half was a hair salon, half was a barbershop. And so the women were gossiping, telling stories, talking about their men. And then the men, I don't know what they had going on. They just would laugh real loud.
So
before you even continue, like they'll be at the barbershop talking about sports and like especially my barbershop, it was so ghetto. Like they'll be talking about like they situations
oh
or
Lord.
whatever. Like, and they get like extra like graphic with it, and I'll just spin you like,
Okay.
like okay, got my hair.
you might happen got
How
wild.
many levels of
But,
tenderheadedness is there?
How many levels
Yeah,
of tenderheadedness?
because I feel like I was as a kid, but then again, not really. But there's this little girl I see now, just her mama just doing this, and she's in automatic tears. I'm like,
Oh no, I wasn't like that.
like nothing has happened, and you over there crying. I just got a headache because my mama braided mine tight, but I'm pretty sure if she did y'all head, she would be just as gentle as she wanted to be. So,
I think I was fine when I was just getting the regular twist. I think when my hair was getting braided by like an auntie, a cousin or something, that's when it was like, okay, I had to hold the braid. It was too much. It was too much.
on the one finger and just doing like this is bad.
Yeah, and then you ask them how many more. We almost done, and then they take that little piece of hair
Oh,
and split it 50 ways.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, the Africans be doing that to you, thinking you got a little piece, and she split that thing 10 million times. I'm like, bro, it's fine. Just
you stand up, you can't feel your behind. Yeah.
You lucky you didn't have to go through that because that was stressful. You just wanted to eat and lay down. Nope, all of us went to bed looking like Craig sister at one point in our life because we could not get our head down. It's too tight.
I mean, y'all do have that little alcohol slap. That's just like our spritz where it stings. So I guess y'all have that.
Like as a child, like them kids, even like we used to be crying and like carrying on. Like yes, they get it
So
right.
do the clippers sting?
Huh?
Do the clippers sting, or what is it with little boys getting their hair cut and stuff? Because them videos I've seen, they just make it seem like their scalp is what's being slicked.
Well, you know, like children's hair and like lineups or whatever, they're more sensitive. So of course, like when the clippers hit them, they're like crying because it's like basically to them it's like a knife being punctured on their neck or whatever.
And like that noise too.
Exactly. And then like when they get that spray at the end, that little alcohol spray, man, that's the worst part ever.
For us, that's like getting a perm and then getting spritz.
I just was about to say, you ever got a perm? Boy, my mama, I remember the first time that happened. Oh, just close your eyes. This will burn a little bit. What? Bye.
Ain't no little bit because then you had that stuff on top of your ears and all that.
Yeah, for us, we had it like on the back of our neck, and then of course they're like sprayed on our up on the head and stuff like that. Yeah, so of course it hurt. It always hurt the worst back here.
The kitchen.
The kitchen. yes, guys. Yes, for guys too. Like even me personally, like it still burns up in here.
Okay, so we had some pretty rough experiences with our hair. What were some lessons that you learned the hard way?
Shit, you better act up a school. That ass was grass.
Boy.
Let's just keep it plain and simple and real here. Like, all of us done basically had the belt.
Or worse.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Oh, we don't condone child abuse.
Keep it real, like for real. So me personally was, if anything, you better not be playing or acting up in school, talking like you crazy, playing like acting all, like basically acting a fool in school. That was my lesson I learned the hard way. Like my brother was worse, but anywho, so yeah, like my brother actually got anyway. So yeah, that was a lesson that I learned growing up. It just really was just like to really focus and make sure you had good grades. That was the only thing that really mattered in my household. As long as you had good grades, you could do anything you wanted. So yeah.
Simple. I got two. So one ain't gonna be no yeah and no. You better say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Otherwise, that hand coming quick to pump you in your mouth, and you'll never see it coming. And then the other one was the hands of one is the hands of all. So like Tre'Dub said, his brother did more stuff. It was never me. It was always my siblings doing stuff. But because they did it, everybody got to get in trouble. And I'm just like, well, what's that got to do with me? I didn't cut class. I was taking math in class. I was in kindergarten. Like, I was in kindergarten. Why would I get a whooping? My brother said something smart to the teacher. Here we go. All of us got to line up, have a meeting, and get a whooping. And I'm like, you know what?
Dang.
Enough of this. Oh, my daddy, like I think I told y'all, he played the mental game. So my brother got in trouble in school. The fair came. My daddy told us to get up. We got dressed. I'm hyped. I see Ferris wheel lights. I'm about to ride that. I want funnel cake, cotton candy. Got to that gate, and my daddy sold the tickets. And I was like,
I'll cry.
Well, I did. I was like, well, what happened? My daddy's like, remember when your brother was acting up at school? I'm like, well, we could have left him. That didn't have anything to do with me. We ended up going later because I was spoiled and it was my birthday. I was still mad.
Mm-hmm. That's a mind game for real.
I think the biggest lesson my mama taught me was just don't disrespect people. So we used to get like backhand pretty much all the time, but the two reasons
pretty much all the time. We never got it together.
But the two reasons she would ever give us a full-blown beating is if we lie or disrespect adults. And that goes back to like the yes ma'am, no ma'am, like you cutting up in school, pretty much all that, you know, like don't be disrespectful. And I see kids now that's like just rude and just disrespectful, you know what I mean? And I'm like, our moms would never, ever have that, you know what I mean? Just, they wouldn't go for that. So, and I've had people now tell me like, oh, you were raised right, or you say like, even manners, like saying please and thank you, even saying yes ma'am and no ma'am to older people now. Like I'm grown, but I still wouldn't tell my granny yeah or no. I still wouldn't even tell y'all parents yes or no. You know what I mean? Like there's that level of respect that you can tell if you was raised right if you have that still. So I'm so glad my mom instilled that because
yeah.
You couldn't say lions.
Too far. No, you couldn't even say.
Couldn't
say story.
You better say story. You still can't say lie in front of your mama, your granny. Shoot.
A big one, and this is my daddy will make this known. If you come into a room full of adults, you better say good morning.
Now I still
you can't speak. Your mouth broke.
Your mouth broke. Oh no, I still. That is rude. It's so rude.
That is the quickest thing. You walk through that door. Hey. You don't see a room full of grown adults sitting here? Try it again. Go back. Thought you forgot about that. You still get your behind cut later on.
But when you think about it, what if a kid is just shy?
It doesn't matter. You still say hello, no matter how shy you are. People are just rude, especially since we live in the South. It's rude.
I'm speaking up for all the kids out there who were shy.
I was shy.
Cassondra, please.
I don't know about her, but I definitely was. I was a kid that wanted to be in the corner. But that didn't matter. You walked in, everybody was in there, and I could say hi to people, but you still had them adults that wanted their own individual hi.
See, no.
And I didn't like that.
Because you don't gotta walk in a room and be like, hey, where the party at? You know? You can still just say hello and keep it moving, no matter how shy you are, you know? Just let it be known you said hello.
So a few lessons that I learned were store conduct. Okay, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing. What I came here to get is what I'm getting. That is it. Money management. Do you have McDonald's money? And honestly, that's true. I know that we joke about it, but that's true for me now. Like I not that I even like spending money, first of all, but in times where it could be so much easier to go to Chick-fil-A or just go somewhere to get food that is already prepared that I don't have to fix and go home and be on my way, I have to remind myself that I have to make myself eat the groceries that I just purchased this past weekend.
Or you ever like just leave the grocery store and be like,
get food?
Just all the stuff in the cupboard, you still, man,
all the time.
I'm tired from grocery shopping.
But you gotta understand, like you be hungry and you still gotta, you still gotta thaw it or cook it or whatever you gotta do. Like you be hungry.
See, this is why our parents had us, because they went to the grocery store and they got groceries in the house, but they called us, hey, thaw that chicken out before I get to the house. I already know traffic about to be heavy, so it better be thawed out by the time I get there. Kitchen better be clean. So we was the prep people. I should have been working in a restaurant because I would have been good on my resume.
Put this on our resume.
And getting this stuff in line. But now it's just us. Like you said, going into Walmart, I done got all these groceries. I know what meals I'm gonna cook. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, bro, I done spent like $70-something walking around.
You don't even want it.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in traffic. I'm just go ahead and hit the subway or get something from the Walmart deli and just go on home.
And I would say the last like important lesson that I learned with boundaries. One thing that I wrote is that my mama would say, "Don't get beside yourself now." Because I think, yes, I'm close to my mama and I can talk to her about things, but I do know that it's very clear that she's my mother and not my friend. So aside from the hard parts about childhood, what were some joys? Like, what were some specific things that you enjoyed?
I like playing in the woods.
Playing in the woods?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Lord.
So if y'all from the 843, y'all from Charleston, y'all know Ashley Phosphate is that area called Stratton Capers. There's no way y'all don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I know
Stratton Capers.
I'm about to say Ashley Phosphate, where like what's that now? They built that Family Dollar and that O'Reilly's right there now. That's what Stratton Capers is, and it was all trees. We grew up right there. That was my granny house. All of us over there. Everything she threw out of the house that she didn't want, over recliner and stuff, dragged that across to the woods. We had our own clubhouse. That's what we was doing. Hopping bushes and hopping ditches, foot races in the street with no shoes on, stealing shopping carts. That was a fun thing.
Oh Lord.
Pushing that up and down the street. It was great. We were innovative. That's what made childhood great for us back then. We were innovative. We knew how to play without having a basketball or a basketball goal. You get a milk cart.
Or a tablet.
Stack that up. No, exactly. These kids
The
go
biggest
outside and play
thing.
themselves. Get a milk carton and tack that up on the tree. There's your basketball goal now. How you get the ball out? That's easy.
Right.
Let's think about that. Gotta climb.
That's a part of the game. Who can get the ball out?
2 games a month.
Game number 2.
Wow. I would say for me was the family gathering, because like all of us, like as far as cousins, we were all so young, like around somewhat around the same age group enough so we all could have like played with each other. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be mine. Like when granny had so many great grands and all of that, so like all of us would like hang out and stuff like that. So that's what I would say like mine was. With all of our cousins finally like linked up, because you know you have immediate family, but then with all the immediate other families come together, it was like it was a good time, you know, just to kind of all be at our great granny house, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the joy for me, definitely.
That made me think of that Facebook picture with all the kids spending the night.
Okay, them big.
Big t-shirt because you didn't know who was gonna stay. So she got
okay.
You washing them clothes, and you was over there naked, but nobody cared. Y'all was kids.
Mm-hmm.
Same bath water. I did not agree. I did not agree with that same bath water, but
all our parents had to work at the same time, so the great granny basically had the daycare.
Everybody stay at granny house.
Everybody was there, and we all was horrible, like running up the wall on the house.
Mm-mm.
What's the woman I used to say? Running up her light bill just from having the screen open.
Listen, y'all better shut my screen door.
Either you're in or you're out.
Down the whole outside, and
I mean, it smelled like outside.
You put us outside.
Oh Lord.
Cassondra.
Well, Trey kind of said it. My favorite thing was having sleepovers at my granny's house, or even at my aunt's house and stuff like that. One thing I did, like, I don't know if y'all ever did this, but I know we used to, like, to get your cousin or something to ask your mom if they could spend the night, because you know she'll tell you no, but she could tell them no, so be like, hey, go ask your mom if you could stay at my house, you know, and
Wow.
stuff like y'all never did that before?
I did that
did.
with my friends.
I think I did it with friends more so than cousins.
Oh, like friends, cousins, you know,
Yeah.
pretty much the same. Is that and like what LadiiNova said too, like going outside, having fun, like not. I mean, we got technology now, but even being outside, how you know your friend outside? You see their bike laying in the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go knock on their door. Excuse me, can they come play outside? Either yeah, hold on, or no, they on punishment. You got to go around the corner to your other friend's house. We ain't had cell phones. You could just call. You home? No. You better go knocking on some doors. So I do miss that.
Well, he got homework to do. You got to wait till you
Oh, and then wait till your homework done. And you better be in the house by the time the street lights come on. Boy.
Listen,
Don't let God catch you outside.
let's not talk about that because I legit got locked outside as a kid. My granny was like, she meant what she said. And it was crazy because she went to church. Mind you, we all went to the same church. We didn't know we had church that night. We just see her coming out the house. She's like, my house is locked. You better find somewhere to go. And I was like, okay, great. She comes home. Oh, you ain't been back at a decent hour. How was we supposed to know what time y'all was getting out of church? So we got to walk back down the street to my aunt's house and pray she let us in because we got locked out from her mama down the street. Had enough of this. Now, I can't bag on the kids today. Games in the house, but our games got us lightheaded like the Nintendo 64. If you didn't blow on that cartridge right,
boy, you done?
Now, did y'all have candy ladies?
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget about that?
Because that's like one. Because I
lady?
did like being outside, but having a candy lady was like one vivid memory that I have. And there were two.
Everybody going.
And I
to
know
the
who
candy
sold
lady.
what.
candy lady and the free lunch lady.
And what?
The free lunch lady.
Mm.
Wait, your candy ladies didn't sell the same thing? They didn't sell chili bears and like pig feet pickle?
Okay, I don't eat none of that except for chili bears.
I don't think
Well, this is the thing. So one candy lady had the chili bears with layered colors.
Ooh,
right?
she fancy.
Right?
It's for living that.
And
you had that.
That's when I used to live in the Green Tree Apartments.
Color.
And then the other candy lady had fruit at the bottom of some of her chili bears. So it just depended on, what I was in the mood for. That's the candy lady I went to. What?
That was the church lady we had. She had the pineapple at the bottom of hers.
Yeah.
What? Well, Trey, I know we been living that because we ain't had that luxury.
And Miss Mary had that one solid color, and they're like, "What flavor you want? Blue, red."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's all she had.
Now on the making, one saw the color.
Mind you, ain't been no fruit, ain't been no nothing, ain't been the colors, but the
that's it.
Blue, red.
And she asked you if you want cherry or grape. No, blue, red, green.
Whatever she got, what you get. Ones, you either want this or you don't.
Yeah.
And then she had them in the freezer. Don't go digging through my freezer picking a color. You better grab one, man.
And them same plastic cups out there, forget it. Damn. Mix them up and flip them over.
Yeah. Yep. And my candy lady had dollar bags that had the little fruity tooty candy in it.
Yeah.
So you get the bag, you get $1. You get, was it $1 or 25 cents?
It's been like, I think 75. You had like a whole big bag of them.
Oh yeah.
Now, did you get the fruity tooties or what was the other one that was like this? The chewy with was it the old lady on it? It had like
I feel like it was fruity tooty.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, LadiiNova. It's kind of flat almost.
Yeah, it was like.
I know what you're talking about, but no, there was the fruity tooties.
I remember.
That's gonna give me a little pickle sausage or hot sausage. That's before they had Big Mama.
Yes. Y'all used to mash them up.
Mash them up. Oh man. Holding it and just kind of eat it slow.
That's nasty to me.
Chips
and chili bears is where it ends. Candy.
I don't know how y'all do it.
We also had cavities. That's all that candy. Like I swear, I used to mash up them Big Mama hot sauces because to me that tastes better and it lasts longer.
Nasty.
Nobody was like, "Ew, what is that? Man, that's good."
Y'all make me want to find a candy lady now, man. Do they
I don't
even
think
got
that's
them
safe this
anymore?
day and age.
Yeah.
Probably
How you
not.
know you can find one now? Is because nobody leaving their door open.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Every person used to have their door open at the end of the street, and this was like, hey, go to such and such house, go get me this, and then get what y'all want. And then have, cause my aunt had one. She had this big green bin, and she had all her stuff separated, all her candies and stuff inside of there. You ain't got no people like that now. You just gotta go to the corner store.
Yeah. And the only other like childhood joy that I miss, I would say, are the hand games. So like slide,
Oh
or
my
rock and
God!
robin.
That's what it's called. Handcuffs can identify.
But yeah, I don't even know who taught me those. I feel like I just learned it and then it just stuck. And I would do it in summer camp or after school, whatever.
Can y'all please tell us what's the Hancock and Edify game? Like,
Okay, other
Line of
people know
peace.
it as concentration. I don't want to put it. Everybody knows it's concentration, but for some reason it was just us that said Hancock and Edify, and I still don't even know what it is.
I don't
we used
know.
to ask our parents, and they were like, I know. We
just say it, yeah.
So comment below.
What,
oh, go ahead.
that's like asking what Back to Green is downtown.
Answer.
Yes, please comment below. Is it Hancock and Edify or hands down 85 or hands down something? Please let us know what are the correct words to this hand game. And what are some of the childhood things that you reminisce about? You can let us know on Facebook. You can let us know on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Join us every Monday.
Comment.
Subscribe.
We gonna get it together someday, I promise. Someday.
Say like the old folks, too late in the evening.
And hashtag.
Yes, stop.
All right. Take everybody line tonight.